Today's lesson is on the artist Frida Kahlo. This is a story about a famous artist from Mexico, her love of painting, and her love of animals. Frida Kahlo was a famous painter from Mexico. She was famous not only in Mexico, but also all over the world. Throughout her life, she suffered from sickness and pain. This made it difficult for her to go outside. She used painting as a way for her to escape. She also had a very deep love of animals. She had many animals in her life as pets. She owned 3 monkeys, a black cat, an eagle, a fawn, 2 turkeys, a hairless Mexican dog, and many parrots. Here is a painting of Frida Kahlo with some of her spider monkeys. Here's a painting that Frida made of herself with some of her parrots. Can you see any other animals besides the parrots in these paintings? Very good. You found the butterfly and the caterpillars. Frida Kahlo also owned a black cat. In this painting, you can see her cat and also one of her spider monkeys. What is the cat up to? What has got the cat's attention? Maybe it's the little bird hanging like a necklace from Frida Kahlo's neck. Here we see a painting that Frida made of herself with one of her more interesting pets, a hairless Mexican dog called a solo quintle. If you've seen the movie Coco, then you already know about this dog. Now I'd like to read you a book about the life of Frida Kahlo, where we'll learn more about her love of animals and her imaginative artwork. Frida Kahlo and her animals. This is a story of a girl named Frida and how she became one of the greatest painters in all the world. This is also the story of 2 monkeys, 1 parrot, 3 dogs, 2 turkeys, 1 eagle, and a black cat, and a beautiful fawn. Frida lived in a beautiful blue house with her family, her mother, her father, and her sisters. Frida had a pet fawn, whose name was Granizo. Just like her fawn, Frida had eyes that were attentive and beautiful. Frida had a cat, whose fur was dark and shiny, just like Frida's hair. When Frida was 6 years old, she became very sick, and she was in bed most of the day. Her sickness left one of her legs different from the other leg. Many of the children laughed at her, but even though they did, she wasn't scared to do things that they would never dare to do. Frida had a pet eagle named Gertrude. Just like her eagle, her imagination could help her fly. At 18 years old, Frida was in a terrible accident, and once again she had to stay in bed for many, many months. When she was older, Frida had even more pets. She had 2 turkeys and 3 dogs named Mr. Solo, Mrs. Capulina, and Mrs. Costi. When Frida's monkeys behaved themselves, she held her monkeys in her arms as if they were babies. Her parrot, named Bonito, would snuggle with her under the covers. Frida's animals played all day in the blue house. Frida's husband, Diego, built a pyramid so the animals could climb up all day long. Frida painted all the time. Her animals were her children, her friends, and her inspiration. Frida painted when she was sick. Frida painted when she was in pain. Frida painted when she was happy. And her animals always kept her company, and she always painted them. Frida painted all of her pets that she loved so much, including butterflies and caterpillars. Her paintings were magical. Today, if you visit the Blue House in Coyoacan, Mexico, there you might see a black cat climbing up the pyramid, just like Frida and her animals did so many years ago. Now it's time to draw. Let's start by drawing a picture of ourselves, just like Frida Kahlo does in her paintings. Now we can start thinking about some animals that we want to put into our self-portrait. These animals can be animals that you own, who are your real-life pets, but they can also be animals that you don't own, animals you would love to own. My first animal is a parrot. Can you tell what I'm drawing now? It's a black cat. And this is an animal I would love to own, but I don't think it would fit in my apartment. It's a boa constrictor. Now it's your turn. Draw a portrait of yourself. Then add in as many animals as you can think of.